astonishing, awesome, amazing. Don't you know? Fantastic, astonishing, awesome, amazing. Don't you know? Handsome, pretty fantastic, astonishing, awesome, amazing. It's the confidence for me, the ambience for me, the nerve that I have to walk around here looking like a compliment for me. I go by Big Daddy, I go by Fine as Hell, I go by Choosy Lover, the fine dime kicker, new groupie getter, the hoochie hugger. Call me sexy, call me your wildest dreams, call me handsome, darling. My features properly conduct themselves. I look like manners, darling. I'm beautiful, my skin tone is rich and pretty. I'm guapo, I look like well done, I look like good job, I look like bravo. This perfection in the flesh, and it's the epitome of God's image. I use my face as an active resume and get jobs with it. I look like ooh wee, I look like fuck it up, I look like you better. I look like somebody chose you beside me and said I like you better. Oh, I'm cute, Jesus, I'm sexy, my God, I'm vibrant. I'm a cross between attractive and elegant. I'm a hybrid, girl, I'm such a stud. A dream come true and what they can't wait to see. I look like when you get your check, you should bring it straight to me. I'm easy on the eyes, I'm a sight that they sit and pray to see. I'm resources, I'm goods and services, they should pay for me. I look like there it is, I look like no you didn't, yes you did. I look enticing, I look superb, look like I bet he is. Appealing is my middle name, and gorgeous is my first, so let me cordially report that I'm adorable. Insert another synonym, I look delightful, scratch that, I'm timid them. I smell like warm vanilla, cocoa, butter, shea, and cinnamon. I look dazzling, I look delectable, I look delicate, I'm pulchritudinous, I'm angelic, I look like etiquette. Call me radiant, call me ravishing, call me statuesque, say I'm splendid, call me divine, say I'm a snack at best. I look fantastic, if you a pill popper, I look like Xanaxes, and if you got heartburn, I look like antacid. Baby, I look like sexual healing, I look like a massage. This drive, I got open doors for me, I look like a garage, I look like holy cow, look like G Willikers, yeah, I hold the crown. If you told your girl I didn't, she pop up brakes and say, hold it now. I look like, oh yeah, right there. I look like hell yeah. I look like I ain't missing no meals. Look like I'm well fed. Look like my shit don't stink. I look righteous. Look like the right answer. Look like a lot of white blood cells. I look like I fight cancer. I look like your doggone father. I fill my cup and let it run over just to look like I walk on water. Baby, I'm beautiful, handsome, pretty, fantastic, astonishing, awesome, amazing, don't you know? Handsome, pretty, fantastic, astonishing, awesome, amazing. Baby, I'm beautiful, handsome, pretty, fantastic, astonishing, awesome, amazing, don't you know? Handsome, pretty, fantastic, astonishing, awesome, amazing, don't you know? Don't you know? Don't you know it?
Don't you know it? Hey, yeah. Get up in here. Get up in here. It's Sunday, and this is the Saint. And today, y'all asked for it, so I'm going to deliver it to y'all. Y'all wanted to get into this thing, so today I got with me the Book of Jubilee. All right, as the title say. And if you into that, get up in here. Get up in here and have a seat and pay some attention. Now, I'm going to break this down my style, but I'm going to read what the book say, and I'm going to bring this to y'all first person style, right? Because I'm the Poet Saint, and I do things the way that I want to do because other people can't. Yeah. If you don't know who I am, and this is your first time ever encountering me, I'm a motivational speaker and a mastery coach for those who are seeking to overcome their life crap. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I do. And I write books. And all of that good stuff. How you doing, Munch? Yeah. And so, with that being said, today we're going to go over the Book of Jubilee. What is the Book of Jubilee? The Book of Jubilee is contained in the Apocryphas, okay? The Apocryphas. So, now for my Christian, lovers, the King James, y'all, you know what I'm saying? I got y'all too. It's cool, but this ain't there, and that ain't what we talk about today. So, if you're trying to go to the next level, and your understanding of why God got you here. Why am I on earth? Why is everything happening? What they mean about Mars and Venus and everybody else. Let's go, y'all. Let's go. Because I'm that person going to take you to the next level. I think it's Hebrew. Is it Hebrew 6:4? Let me see before I tell y'all the verse. Let me look at it myself. Let me look. Hebrew 6:4. It is impossible for those who have once been enlightened, who have tasted the heavenly gift, and who have shared in the Holy Spirit, and who have tasted the goodness of the word of God and the powers of the coming age, if they fall away, to be brought back to repentance, because to their loss they are crucified. Okay, they are crucifying the Son of God all over again. Yay, yay, yow, yeah. Now, also in Hebrew, for my Christians that's gonna come in here and tell me what to do, you might need to understand that God brought you in here so that I can help you go further. Yay, yay, yow. Hold on, let me see, because I gotta find the right verse. I want to tell y'all the right place to go. It's in Hebrews 2, though. Yeah. Bible. Elementary. Yeah, elementary. Hebrews 6:1. Okay. Therefore, let us leave the elementary teachings. Get up in here if you're ready for some college God. Not if you still on that pre-K God and you still need a pastor to break this thing down to you, go where you gotta go. But don't come in here trying to save me, okay? Because God already saved me. God saved me before I was sent. I was sent, saved. Saved, sent, saved. Yeah. So for the Book of Jubilee, if y'all want to read along with me, please take this moment to go and Google Book of Jubilee PDF. It's free. Knowledge is free. You can get everything on Google. Y'all be Googling recipes. Y'all Google about if y'all boyfriend gonna leave y'all or not. Y'all Google about everything else. Y'all Google about how to fix them cars. You know what I'm saying? How to cut your hair. How to put some Beijing on your scalp. What's up, Amy? How you doing today? So now, if y'all want to learn this next level, okay, because I'm for the next level. I'm not here to go back and forth with people or none of that stuff. I just do what I do. Okay, so if y'all been here, welcome to the party. Now, if you don't agree with what I'm saying, that's cool. You can kindly scroll on to somebody else. All right, the Book of Jubilee, though. Where is we reading from? The Book of Jubilee. Get it yourself. Go to Google. Go ahead, Google it. Yep. Because we about to do what? We about to walk in the light. I'm going to show y'all how to walk in the light. They be like, well, we live in life with no instructions. Lies. This instructions. They just ain't been telling you the instructions. But I'm going to tell you the instructions. I'm going to lead y'all to the instructions. Now, if you walk in the light, that's on you. If you don't, that's on you too. That's your business. I don't even care. I don't care. Because I'm going to walk in the light. I want to go higher. Fulfill my desires, because I'm God's gang, not Dice gang. I'm God's gang, but they Dice gang. Let's go. This J4 Elite.
I wanna walk in the light. I wanna get higher. Fulfill my desires. I wanna get fire. Cause I've been through the fire. And I'm weak and I'm tired. I wanna go higher. I wanna go higher. I wanna walk in the light. I wanna get higher, fulfill my desires. I wanna inspire, cause I've been through the fire.
Oh yeah, weak and I'm tired.
I wanna go higher, I wanna go higher. Still maintaining.
You ain't supposed to be maintaining.
Changing.
Oh yeah, the world changing.
Light in the dark, with the mind of a shaman. Niggas still hating, still finding loopholes in the matrix. Still grinding for greatness. Still praying that we all gon' make it. Blessings on blessings on lessons on lessons. With patience, we all can go get it. End all this hating and all this division, my nigga, we all can be winning. See through the past, the present, the future, I feel it through my intuition. Yeah, ancestors with me fulfilling the mission, I feel it through my composition. Yeah, here talking, I'm paying attention. Every instance, you know that I'm listening. On the mountaintop, seeing the vision. Heal the trauma through spiritual stitches. In my heart, I just set the attention. In the darkness, my light be the witness. Often guided by spiritual wisdom. I just work with the gifts I was given. Yeah.
Work with the what? The gifts I was given. We all been blessed with the gifts. Divine gift. But they be using it to profit. Let's go, y'all. The Book of Jubilee. So now the Book of Jubilee is among Christian circles called the Lesser Genesis. Genesis in the King James Version or the Christian version of the Bible is the first book of the Bible, right? Now, so we're going to break this down over the next couple weeks. And bear with me because I'm going to read it to y'all and I'm going to stop at certain points so that I can make sure that y'all are getting this thing, right? So, one of the things I want y'all to do as we going through this is put yourself first person. How you doing, Jaden? My soul remembers us all. It's never a separation. So I remember you and you remember me. We connected like interesting. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, chill out. You see me on live. That's Jake. That's what he look like over there. Jake is my rotten dog, right? And we got some not so good weather right now. And so he's in the house and he really wants to be outside. So bear with me. Yep. If you was in my last video, that means you like what I'm saying. And thank you for coming back. Thank you for commenting and talking to me, Jaden. I love that. I appreciate that. That means the world to me because it means that I'm not doing these things in vain. But even if only one person listened to me, I'd be up in here because that's what I'm supposed to do. That's what I'm guided to do. And so I do my thing. So the Book of Jubilee. Now, in Christian circles, they tell us this is the lesser. You know what I'm saying? They tell us the Apocrypha. They don't want us reading the Apocrypha because it's a little too radical. It's just a little too radical. But we're going to put ourselves first person, okay, in these books. Because this is how you crack the code to the Bible and unleash the keys of what is being taught there. Not going to church, giving, you know what I'm saying? You can't buy this stuff. You can't buy it. It can't be bought. It can't be bought, okay? It can be taught, but you still got to live. So even if somebody teaches you, you still have to have experiences to come to your own understanding and unlock it. But anyway, we're going to get into this, okay? And so the Book of Jubilee is called the Lesser Genesis, and it is an ancient Jewish religious work. It has 50 chapters contained within it. And you can find it also within the Ethiopian Orthodox Church Bible. So basically, all original Bibles. Today, your birthday, mine is tomorrow. Happy birthday, man. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. Aries season. My birthday tomorrow, y'all. So let's get up in here, right? If we Aries, we got to do with God. We God's babies. We got to be here. And we got to be the first doing something. Why? Because they not going to do it unless we do it. Let's go. And so this book is also known as the Book of Division. Okay. Yeah, so chapter 1 in the Book of Jubilee. And it came to pass. Now, in this chapter, let me give y'all the context of this. In this chapter, God is speaking directly to Moses. So God is talking to you. Okay, you're gonna be Moses, and so you know what I'm saying? We Moses. And so the story that we getting the information because we've been looking for it. Like, I'm trying to figure out how to make my life better. I'm trying to figure out how I can be healthier. I'm trying to figure out how to have better relationships. You know what I'm saying? It's right here. It's all right here. Like, for real. You ain't gotta go to Ubuntu. Just have some discipline to read a little bit. So let's go. For y'all that don't like to read, I'm gonna read it, and I'm gonna do y'all a favor and break it down hood style. What's good style? What could be understood style? Okay, so you take out the fluff, saint. Take out the fluff. Take out the fluff, saint. All right. So it says, and it came to pass in the first year of the exodus of the children of Israel out of Egypt, in the 3rd month, and the 16th day of the month, God spoke to Moses, saying, come up to me on the mount, and I will give you 2 tablets of stone of the law and of the commandment, which I have written, that you will teach them. And Moses went up into the mount of God, and the glory of the Lord abode on Mount Sinai, and a cloud overshadowed it 6 days. So he goes up there, and for 6 days, this cloud comes, and he tapped up in the cloud. Yeah. How is that real, saint? Well, if you a meditator and a seeker, then you know what it's like to take yourself, you know what I'm saying, teleport to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Get up in here. Get up in here. Okay. And when you do this, okay, you'll be able to convene with God. Say, can I do it down here? Say, no, you can't do it down here. God ain't going to come down here and talk to you. Okay, God don't come down here and talk to us. I'm gonna tell you right now, it don't happen like that. Don't happen like that. Okay, so pay attention. Okay, so and he called to Moses on the seventh day out of the midst of the cloud, and the appearance of the glory of the Lord was like a flaming fire on the top of the mount. This is what got me kicked out of church, because I wanted to know how Moses had seen this burning bush and the church could never explain it to me. And so I was a distraction because I couldn't let this go because my mind just wasn't accepting some things. And so we get cut off from the truth. But when you go into meditation, you allow yourself to be free from your practical self, your physical self. This is why meditation is so important. And this is why they don't want us to meditate, because through this practice of meditation and the discipline of meditation, you will train yourself to know and hear the voice of God. But here we go. And Moses was on the mount 40 days and 40 nights. Do we see something similar there? Okay, because in the story of Christ was up there on the mount for how many days? 40 days and 40 nights in the wilderness. Okay, but we can't stand to go hiking. Okay, they don't got no trees in the hood. Why? Because you know what the trees do for you? A lot them trees do for you. But they don't got you near no trees because they need you all messed up so you can be listening to CNN, Fox, the pastor, the preacher, somebody, your lawyer, your doctor, but you ain't listening to God. But listen, let me help y'all out, because it's time right now that we start listening to God, because everything else is what? If you've been following me, secondary to unnecessary. Secondary to unnecessary. All of that bullshit. Oh, you can't be spiritual because you ain't got no sage. I don't need sage. I am sage. Okay, I am sage. I walk in rooms and bad spirits leave. Okay, I'm the sage. I'm the sage. You are too. But let me tell y'all how you get there. Come on, keep up with this. So 40 days and 40 nights. And God taught him the earlier and the later history of the division of all the days of the law and of the testimony. Of the what? The law. Okay, if we are seekers of God, we must be seekers of what? The law. Okay, why we need to know the law? Because ignorance is no excuse for disobeying the law. If you're going to be going back home, you got to be obedient to the law. What's the law? You got to ask God. And he said, incline your heart to every word which I speak to you on this mount, and write them in a book, in order that their generations may see how I have not forsaken them for all the evil which they have wrought in transgressing the covenant which I established between me and you for their generations this day on Mount Sinai. So now who is this for? For the generations to come. Okay, so when people be like, "Oh, that was back then," don't fall into that trip. Don't fall into that trap. Okay, this is not about back then. This is about you now. Activation. Click, click. Right now, a lot of people about to start feeling their soul and gonna feel it for the first time ever on the planet. Okay, some people gonna wake up and be like, "It's two of me." Oh, yeah. Okay, so here we go. Now, what is he telling Moses to start off? Open your heart. Open your heart. A lot of us walk around here with our hearts closed off because we too thug, we too hurt, we too prideful, we too fly, we too good, we too rich, we too, so our hearts is closed. We don't even know what real love or expression of love is, and don't really care about it. Love is money, sex, power, food, whatever you're gonna give me right now. Take me somewhere. You know, but in reality, our heart is the door and access to navigating this journey, okay, and to properly receiving these instructions. So we can't receive them with our mind, because in your mind you're gonna be like, Well, that happened then. That don't apply to me. But remember, we putting this in first person. So right, God is talking to you. This is why, because I gave you this for generations with they sinning asses. Okay, get us to them. So, and this it will come to pass when all these things come upon them that they will recognize that I am more righteous than they in all their judgments and in all their actions, and they will recognize that I have been truly with them. What does that mean? I don't think like these people. All these judgments they got, I don't even got that stuff all secondary to unnecessary. What is it? Secondary to unnecessary. What I look. But first place is keep that heart. Keep your heart. Keep your heart, 3 stacks. Keep your heart. Yeah. And he told him, and do you write for thyself all these words which I declare unto you this day, for I know their rebellion and their stiff neck, before I bring them into the land of which I swore to their fathers, to Abraham and to Isaac and to Jacob, saying unto your seed, I will give a land flowing with milk and honey. How you doing, Panther Nation? So now we got a land full of milk and honey. That's the promise. It's a promise. Okay. Now we are rebellious. Now here go the thing. This is the sweet thing. God know we rebellious, so God prepared for our rebellion. Okay, so that's why you could be a sinner and ask for forgiveness, you know. But as we seen in Hebrew 6:4, right? If we start at 6:1 and read the 6:4, it's some rules in there, right? And we're going to beyond the elementary, so we're not babies no more. Okay, so you're looking to become whole in this thing. So that means you're not looking. Well, I'm gonna still go creep and sleep with somebody's husband or wife, but you know it's all right because God gonna forgive me when I pray. You know, or I'm gonna steal a little bit of the church money. You know what I'm saying, and touch a little child booty. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm naturally polished, baby. Naturally polished, baby. Everything about me is organic, just the way God gave it to me. Yeah. So now here we go. Cause see, I'm worried about this stuff right here. I'm worried about what God say. I ain't worried about nothing else. Ain't everything else secondary unnecessary to me. Okay, here we go. So milk and honey, and they will eat and be satisfied, and they will turn to strange gods, to gods which cannot deliver them from aught of their tribulation. What is strange gods, Saint? Well, strange gods will be, you know, all of these little, you know, deities and stuff everybody be working with. You know what I'm saying? And come over here, my ancestors, my Aunt Judy, who was a witch, and my Uncle Ray, who was a pedophile that I've been calling on. That's called necromancy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They don't want to talk about that, but they're gonna turn to these gods. They're gonna turn to them, and we see them all over Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. They all over the place. We love our gods. Oh my God, the tarot lady is telling me the whole truth and nothing but the truth. But you forgot about God. Did you ask God before you listened to that tarot lady? Did you ask God before you went and took that class from whoever? You know what I'm saying? Did you ask God before you sent them people all your money and tried to go and join their cult? Did you ask God, or was you just doing that seeking God? See. Pay attention now, people. Pay attention. God said the stuff was gonna happen. Okay. And this witness shall be heard for a witness against them. So I'm gonna bring some people that's gonna talk against them, and they gonna, you know what I'm saying? There's gonna be people to speak against this, for they will forget all my commandments, even all that I command to them. What do that mean? People gonna forget even what God told them. Okay, God can come here and it's in you. It's in you when you sit here. The truth is already in you. That's back. We're gonna get to that because that's your natal chart. That's your birth chart. That's where all the stars and everything is in the sky when you're born. Those is your instructions that's in you. Okay, God already gave it to you, but you forgot that. Okay, and you chasing everything else. But let's go. Let's go. And my commandments, even those I gave to them, and they will walk after the Gentiles and after their uncleanness and after their shame, and will serve their gods, and these will prove unto them an offense and a tribulation and an affliction and a snare. So let's ask people, and let's look on TV, like, right, we got well, the brother Rashad Jamal, right? I asked everybody. I did a video and told them I had a message that said, "Brother, return back to God. Like, not you are God. It's like you got to return back to God. Don't allow people to ever idolize you or worship you or put you on this pedestal because this makes you that little God, right?" And so we have to humble ourselves and remember where this intelligence is coming from, where the awareness is coming from, the information, the ability, the gifts. And if we don't represent that, then guess what's going to happen? We're going to be turned over to what? Affliction. Oh, free the brother. They got him locked. They done locked up God. No, they ain't locked up God. They didn't lock up God. They can't lock up God. Okay. How you doing, Gorless? Okay. You can't lock up God. But this is what people saying, right? Because they themselves have turned to other gods in rebellion to God. Okay. So here we go. And taking the ways of the Gentiles. So we're going to use our gifts against people. I told y'all in a video earlier, Atlantis fell because people lost integrity. They started misusing their gifts and digging from darkness, and they threw off the ecosystem and messed everything up. All right. So many will perish, and they will be taken captive, and they will fall into the hands of the enemy because they have forsaken my ordinances and my commandments and the festivals of my covenant and my Sabbath and my holy place, which I have hallowed for myself in their midst, and my tabernacle and my sanctuary, which I have hallowed for myself in the midst of the land, that I should set my name upon it, and it shall dwell there. Now, this is what they try to tell y'all, the Ark of the Dome and all of that. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all, I warned my people about that already. Don't be over there. Listen. The first place that it set was in the mist. Where is the mist? Within you. That's the first place. Okay. So if you allowing God to dwell within you, there is no mistake about where God is everywhere else. Because when God is in you, you can see the God in everything else too. You can also see the darkness in everything else too. But let's go. Let's get into this, right? So, and they will make to themselves high places and groves and graven images, and they will worship each his own graven image, so as to go astray. They're going to go where? Astray. From what? Graven images. When people be looking at me crazy when I tell them, they be like, "Oh, well, you how spiritual because you don't got no altars." I don't have no kind of images of nothing to worship or praise or nothing. Like, no, I don't do that. Like, I don't have even an image of myself to, like, you know what I'm saying, look at it. No. And see, a lot of people mistake me. Like, if they don't really know me, they'll think I'm into something, but I'm not. Okay, because this. I'm telling y'all right now. And listen what I'm saying as I go through this series. Put yourself first person and start to apply these things, and you will see the promises of God. That's it, God, not Jacob, not John, not Ruby, not Kenny, not Ray, not Ubuntu, not none of them. God. Okay. So, and they will sacrifice their children to demons and to all the works of the error of their hearts. And I will send witnesses unto them that I may witness against them. Now, what did he say? I will send witnesses to them that I may witness, meaning those who have the ability to speak what I, who? God, not me, not me, not me, not me. I'm reading the book. Okay. Now, if God can speak to some of us and we can hear it. So a lot of people say, God don't speak to people no more and God wasn't speaking. You don't know who God's speaking to. You have absolutely no idea who God's speaking to. You have absolutely no idea people's spiritual ranking out here in these streets. And this book about to prove it to you right here. Okay. Now, and he gonna witness against them, but they will not hear and will slay the witnesses also. And they will persecute those who seek the law, and they will abrogate and change everything. What they gonna abrogate and change? Everything. What they gonna abrogate and change? Everything. So as to work evil before my eyes. Next it says, and I shall hide my face from them. Do what? Hide my face from them. That's why chosen ones are hidden in plain sight. You know what I'm saying? It's people out here, they want to be seen as a chosen one, so they act up. They will play the part. They will play the role. They will use terminology that seem like and sound like it might be the right thing. And to a lost soul, it could seem appealing, right? Because you will go astray, right? Because you ain't going where? To God. Okay. And I shall deliver them into the hands of the Gentiles for captivity and for a prey and for devouring. And I shall remove them from the midst of the land, and I shall scatter them among the Gentiles, and they will forget all of my law and all of my commandments and all of my judgments, and will go astray. As to new moons and Sabbaths and festivals and jubilees and ordinances. So this is where you see y'all got Easter, Christmas, everything else. Okay. The Passover, Ramadan. Okay, because not even the Israelites follow the days. There's no religion on the planet that follows the days. Okay. Most of all, we don't even know what the days is. But anyway, new moons. Okay. So I'm going to manifest under the new moon. I'm going to go outside and I'm going to go bleed on some rocks. And then I'm going to manifest me the perfect relationship and a whole bunch of money. Do y'all see where that would be wrong? Can y'all see where our prior generations have, through carrying out acts and rituals and ways and disciplines that are not in alignment with the teachings of God, has created for us these generational cycles, chains, and curses that we have to break? And how do we break those if we continue to do what we've always done? I'll tell you how you stop and how you break them is by getting these books, putting yourself first person, understanding your natal chart, who are you, and getting to understand what God has sent you here for. What is your contract? Fulfilling that thing and walking in that thing. But listen here, because he says, and after this, they will turn to me from among the Gentiles with all their hearts. Because see, God is still is waiting on you. You're going to turn. Okay, you're going to turn out as soon, and don't worry about how long it takes you, because as long as you are rebellious to what God is saying, then you will be at the hands of the Jews or the Gentiles or whoever. And you know what I'm saying? Whoever your oppressor are, you're going to be at their will. Okay, and 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 after this, they will turn to me from among the Gentiles with what? All their heart and with all their soul and with all their strength. Nowhere in there say mine. heart, soul, and strength. That means you fed up. That means you're going to eventually hit a point where things get so bad for you that your heart is just like crying out. And this is the point where we seek God. Okay? And when we do this, it says, and I shall gather them from among all of the Gentiles, and they will seek me, so that I shall be found of them when they seek me with their heart and with all their soul. And I shall disclose to them abounding peace with righteousness, and I shall remove them. What? And I shall remove them the plant of uprightness with all my heart and with all my soul, and they will be for a blessing and not for a curse, and they will be the head and not the tail. Now, see, it's a lot of people, they are we gonna be the head and not the tail? Well, you gotta first turn back to God with your heart and soul. You know, people thinking, oh, well, the bank system gonna collapse. That's gonna make black people all of a sudden rich and be the no. We have to remember who we are. We have to have that awakening of our what? Heart and our soul. But if we living and expressing and surviving through our pain, how open is our heart? How aware are we of our soul? If we can live in anger, regret, fear, hate, violence, are we living the vibration of our soul? If we live in what we see, are we living the vibration of our soul? So, and it says, and I shall build my sanctuary in the midst, and I shall dwell with them, and I shall be their God, and they will be my people in truth and righteousness. And I shall not forsake them nor fail them, for I am the Lord their God. And Moses, he fell on his face and he prayed and said, oh Lord, my God, do not forsake your people and your inheritance, so that they should wander in the error of their hearts. In the error of what? Their hearts. Okay? This whole thing is about your heart. Not what you think, not what you got on, not what you look like. You know what I'm saying? This thing is about the heart. What's in your heart? Is it clean? Is it pure? Are you operating in integrity with love? You know, are you operating in truth, kindness, forgiveness, compassion? The things that give the heart happiness, joy, peace. You know what I'm saying? That stuff that make your heart feel good. And do not deliver them into the hands of their enemies. In the hands of who? Their enemies. Who is their enemies? The Gentiles, lest they should rule over them and cause them to sin against you. What's going to happen? They're going to rule over them and make them sin against you. They will attack God. The Gentile will have you, the ways the Gentile will have you attacking God. Okay, I saw a thing where a man, they posted this and asked, was the preacher wrong? He was in a church, and it's a guy in there who I guess is like transsexual or transgender or whatever. And so he kicked him out of the church, right? And everybody like, is this wrong? I thought this was God's church. No, he's not wrong. He's not wrong because he let you know that this is not God's church. This is his church. And at his church, he already announced he don't want this. So you can't be in his church doing that. Okay, but where's God's church? In the midst of you. What's the mist inside of you? The mist, the water, the breath. That's the mist. Okay, and that's where God dwells, in your midst. If and when you open your heart. But anyway, Moses is begging and pleading. They will turn against you. Let your mercy, O Lord, be lifted up upon your people and create in them an upright spirit. And let not the spirit of Belial rule over them to accuse them before you and to ensnare them from all the paths of righteousness so that they may perish from before your face. But they are your people and your inheritance, which you have delivered with your great power from the hands of the Egyptians, creating them a clean heart and a holy spirit, and let them not be ensnared in their sins from now on until eternity. And the Lord said unto Moses, I know they're contraries, okay? They're rebellious. They're going to be contradictory to everything I say. And I would imagine God is thinking, the only way they would learn to love me is if I let them be in this pain. But let's go. And he says, wait a minute, I lost my place. And their thoughts and their stubbornness, and they will not be obedient until they confess their own sin and the sin of their fathers. And after this, they will turn to me in all uprightness and with all their heart and with all their soul, and I will circumcise the foreskin of their what? Heart. The foreskin of their what? Heart. And the foreskin of the heart of their seed. And I shall create in them a holy spirit, and I shall cleanse them so that they shall not turn away from me from that day until eternity. So now, once you have had your dark experiences, okay, and you go back to God with your heart open, okay, the darkness is not a punishment necessarily. It's part of our evolution. Okay, we're here to get information, and with that information, we are supposed to choose different paths, okay, that align to our individual assignment. So, and their souls will cleave to me and to all my commandments, and they will fulfill my commandments, and I shall be their father, and they will be my children. And they will all be called children of the living God. And every angel and every spirit will know. Who? Every angel and every spirit. Who? Every angel and every spirit. Now you see the distinction between angels and spirits? There's a distinction there. The spirits that be coming, they we go, what spirit? What spirit coming to you? What spirit talking to you? You better know, because is it an angelic force or is it, you know what I'm saying? You got to know. So, but they all gonna know. Everybody gonna know who you belong to in the spirit realm. Now, the physical people, they might not see you. So remember, you're gonna be hidden. God will hide his face. He said that. I'll hide my face. They won't go see it. Yeah, and they will know that these are my children and that I am their father in uprightness and righteousness, and that I love them. And do you write down for thyself all these words which I declare unto you on this mountain, the first and the last, which shall come to pass in all the divisions of the days in the law and in the testimony, and in the weeks and the jubilees until eternity, until I descend and dwell with them throughout eternity. Now, a lot of people, the world gonna end, and God, they say He's gonna come down here and live with His children. Okay, that's what it say. God is gonna descend here and live with the children that are after His heart, that have been seekers of the law. Okay, so don't sound like, you know what I'm saying, but hey, listen, I didn't write this. And he said to the angel of the presence, write for Moses from the beginning of creation until my sanctuary has been built among them for all eternity, and the Lord will appear to the eyes of all. and all will know that I am the God of Israel, and the father of all the children of Jacob, and king on Mount Zion for all eternity. And Zion and Jerusalem will be holy. And the angel of the presence, who went before the camp of Israel, took the tablets of the divisions of the years from the time of the creation of the law and of the testimony of the weeks of Jubilees, according to the individual years, according to all the number of the Jubilees, according to the individual years, from the day of the new creation, when the heavens and the earth shall be renewed in all their creation according to the powers of the heaven and according to all the creation of the earth, until the sanctuary of the Lord shall be made in Jerusalem on Mount Zion, and all the luminaries, all the what? Luminaries be renewed for healing and for peace and for blessing for all the elect of Israel, and that thus it may be from that day unto all the days of the earth. So the luminaries, what's the luminaries? That's the enlightened ones. But what are they? The enlightened ones are led by what? And they are by what? Illuminaries, other illuminaries in the sky. So when y'all get to talk about, oh, I'm not into that natal chart stuff, and I'm not into all of this. Good, good. That's good. Okay, because see, everybody's not ready to leave elementary school. All right. Now, I'm almost at an hour, and I try to keep these Sunday videos down to under an hour, or about an hour. So we'll do chapter 2 probably in a couple days. I'm not gonna make it wait till next week because I'm gonna try to get through this. There's 50 chapters in this book. What did I say? I don't know what I said at what point. Ambika, how you doing? Ambika Devi, blessings to you. Okay, but this is the Book of Jubilee. We just went through the first chapter. If you did not catch it, feel free to go back to the beginning of the video. You can go probably about 6 minutes in to get past the music part, maybe 7 minutes to get past the music part. And you can feel free to download the PDF if you want to keep up with this, that I will be breaking down over the next couple or a few videos. Because this book has been hidden from us because it tells us some very important things. And like I said, throughout it, make sure that you're putting yourself first person in the story. So just now, Moses was you, okay? And you just had this conversation with God directly. And so there you understand that what is in you is for generations to come. Okay, it's not just yours. You also should have gotten the message that your heart is very important along this journey. An open, clean heart is absolutely necessary. Being in alignment with God's division of days, which were divided and assigned before any of us took creation here, is very important. And that's pretty much what the second chapter is going to go into, is the creation story. And so there we'll see the difference between the creation story presented in Genesis and here in the Book of Jubilee, which they have told, well, they didn't tell me, but among Christian circles, it is called the Lesser Genesis. But we are going to break that apart and see, is that true? Because when we think lesser, we think that something contains less than. And if it in fact has more information, is it potentially the greater Genesis? And is it the greater answer to you breaking the cycles, chains, and curses that our families have had to endure and have perpetually carried on through rituals, traditions, making sacrifices and things like that to fit into ways that are not of God? Let's see about that. And let's look at it from a critical point. I personally can say that if you apply these things, your life will definitely change and you will become a believer. If ever that you've never been a believer or you don't really believe in all of this fluff and stuff, I don't believe the Bible. I don't have time for all of that. Who wants to believe in a God that they can't see? Well, everybody has free will, and you can do with your free will what you want to. I would employ you to challenge yourself to be a seeker of the law and see where it leads you. I'm the Polish Saint. This is how I break this thing down. In a couple of days, I will get into my birthday's tomorrow, so it's not going to be tomorrow because I'm gonna tell y'all right now, it's gonna be like some me time. I'm like gonna be celebrating me, with me, for me, about me, because it's a pivotal time for me. I will be 4 years from 50, right? And that means that I'm 10 years away from my second Saturn return. And my oldest granddaughter also will be 18 in 10 years. So it's a pretty pivotal point for me, and I'm really wanting to be very much focused on God's will for my life, and so that's what I'm trying to carry out. Everything else being secondary to unnecessary, and with that is the inspiring the people that I do not know all over the world, and I am grateful, honored, and humble to those of you who come in here week after week, comment on the videos, like the videos, ask questions, and things like that. And I hope that this right here helps somebody. Of course, you could have watched this video, read this yourself, but I understand that a lot of people do not read. And quite a few people have reached out to me and asked me if I would go through and actually read this and break it down, hood style, good style, what could be understood style, in ways that people can actually relate to it, right? Because it's real, it's true, and it's absolutely necessary in order for you to ascend and go higher up out of this place. So let's leave our elementary teachings. Challenge yourself to get to the next level. Ask God to show you, right? But you must first what? Clean up your heart. Okay, clean your heart, get your systems together, and make sure that you are trusting in God. Don't trust me because listen, I got a mouth, okay? I got a mouth and I got a brain, and I can change my mind. I can do all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I do have free will. So I'm gonna put a little sticker in here so we know to come back to that chapter 2. And like I said, I try to keep these under an hour as always. And that's it. That's all. So I'm the Polit Saint. I hope this helps somebody today somewhere to get a better understanding or at least turn the light on, get you thinking a little bit about something because what else is in the Book of Jubilee? We're going to find out. Feel free to read along or go ahead, read it yourself. It's only 50 chapters and it's not really that long. It's not like, a Donald Goines book or something. You know what I'm saying? It's a pretty good book, and it is very informative. But if you want to, you can always like the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Make sure you tell it to give you notification for all, and then you will get notified when I hit up the next video, so that we can keep this thing going and get through this book. Because you don't have to read it. I'll read it. That's all right. I like reading. And so let's go. I love y'all. Peace and wellness. Thank you all for all of the support, likes, shares, donations. Thanks for the gifts to Jake from all Jake's God moms on the internet and God dads and aunties and cousins and sisters and brothers. Jake does has his own page now. He put up his first video, so you guys can follow that at Jake the THE Black BLK Lab, and yeah, follow that and keep up with that story. And let's get ready to go. So hopefully I get this series done pretty quickly. If I might even try to commit to like just staying on it until I get all 50 chapters read. But yeah, tomorrow's my birthday, so it's not gonna happen tomorrow. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. So but look out for Tuesday. I love y'all. Peace and wellness. Stay positive. Make sure that you're being kind to yourself, kind and loving to everybody else. And remember that we just hit a major energy with Neptune and Aries, the Mercury retrograde, Venus, Mars and Cancer. It's a very loving time and time for us to tap back into our love vibrations. So make sure that you are finding ways to love on yourself that are authentic to your needs, your desires, your wishes, and the things that make you feel whole, happy, and at peace. And anything else, just cut ties with it. I love y'all. Peace and wellness to you. Make sure that you share the video with somebody that you love. I don't care, your mother, your sister, your daddy, your cousin, your auntie, your enemies. I don't care. Just randomly troll people with my videos. So I can get my subscribers up. Because if I get my subscribers up, then maybe I can put up more videos and stuff like that. Like y'all get to see like other things, right? Because I got a lot going on, and I'm just coming here once a week, and so I'm sure you guys would like to see those things. So guess what? Make sure you're liking the videos, commenting on the videos, and sharing the videos. I love y'all. Peace and wellness. Thanks. Oh, Big Kid Sunday. Make sure that you go out today. Do something that brings that little child alive in you. And if that little child needs a hug, make sure that you're taking that time today to give them a hug, affirm them, love on them, and make sure that they are just as valid because they are the center and driving force of you. Without them, your heart will definitely be blocked. Peace and wellness, y'all. Take care.